Hello, human peoples. You're listening to the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. To support us and gain access to great exclusive podcasts like Fox Mulder is a Maniac, Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Star Trek The Next Futurama, and our latest show, Spiel Boys, head over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. We do game streaming, movie nights with our patrons every Friday night, and you can even commission your own podcast about anything you want. Literally anything, within reason, and we have to do it. You are quite frankly out of excuses not to go visit patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
You might hear some ACs going forward for a little while.
You're definitely going to hear more baby.
Yeah.
The baby, she's just going to be there for a little bit.
Yeah.
I apologize for that, but also, just deal with it.
Just deal with it.
She's
folks.
a baby. We get to go through this together.
Exactly. Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody. My name is David Bell.
My name is Tom Ryman.
And we just watched Honey Don't.
Honey Don't.
There's no comma.
Honey Don't. Me one, Honey Don't. Somebody was going to say it. I got it out of the way up top. I jumped on that grenade.
Address you wanted? Thanks, MG. Honey, right? Love those click-clacking heels.
Like Chris Evans. Not this Chris Evans, but a different Chris Evans.
Oh, Captain America.
Freakishly skinny Chris Evans.
Yeah, little guy.
Mm-hmm.
Little guy. I was also going to make a Scotty Don't Austin Powers reference.
Yeah, that's true.
But yours
and
was
also
better.
a Eurotrip reference.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, we're going a long way. We're going it a long.
Yeah, that's more obtuse. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is all right. So this is Trisha Cook and her husband, who's also does movie stuff.
Yeah.
They wrote a movie. He directed it. It's got Margaret Qualley. It's got Aubrey Plaza. It's got Chris Evans. It's got
some
Chuck
Charlie Day.
Yeah.
A little bit of Charlie Day in there.
Did you see Drive Away Dolls?
I did not.
Okay.
I didn't see the previous Coen brother vehicle.
So this is exciting for me because Drive Away Dolls got everybody hated it. It got bad reviews.
Real middling reviews. Yeah.
And I liked it, but I could see what people were upset about, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Where I'm like, I enjoyed it, but I could...
For sure. I think everybody has movies like that where it's like, yeah, I like this movie. I see why people don't. I get it.
Exactly.
I like it.
But I never got to talk to you about that movie. This is a little like that movie, but not really. How did you like Honey Don't?
I liked it.
Me too. And I was hoping you didn't, because I want someone to explain to me why the reviews are so bad for this movie, because it's not an amazing movie, but it's
a couple of things stuck out to me.
Yeah, again, it's not amazing, but I enjoyed it. I laughed.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
rare,
I laughed
a
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that alone, I'm like, same with Drive Away Dolls. I laughed, and I'm like, well, not many movies make me laugh.
It's very Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, it is.
It's...
It has the same meandering, where it's like,
yeah.
Oh, I guess this is all wrapping up. I guess this stuff didn't matter.
Yeah.
It's a
noir that's funny, but it's like Big Lebowski with more Fargo in it.
Yeah, and that's what bothers me about the reviews, because the reviews are sort of like, I've read some that are criticizing it for the stuff that's like, guys, this is what you love about...
That's what you love about the Coen brothers. Like, this is
exactly.
Nihilism, the noir stuff. Like, it's all here.
Yeah.
Chris Evans dies off screen.
Chris Evans is so good in this.
He is so great, man.
His death, the face he makes is like, hey, like he doesn't think he's a guy who doesn't think he's going to die.
No, it just never occurs to him.
Yeah, that he could die.
Yeah, even as she's pointing a gun at his face.
Yeah, this is his calling. Like, I think...
Oh, he loves playing these characters. He loves playing douchebags.
I think this is mostly what he's going to be playing, his life, because it's like, God, you're so good. It's the same... It's more or less the same douchebag, but he's so interchangeable, where I'm like, oh, yeah, he's so fucking good at this.
Kind of. Like, this is a different douchebag than Knives Out.
Yeah, this is a hornier douchebag, that's for sure.
Wait, this is a buffoon.
Yes.
Like a horny buffoon who's also, like, is pretty sinister, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Like in Knives Out, he's an asshole. He's just like a rich asshole.
Yes.
He's not a buffoon.
Right. And he is more sinister in this.
Yeah.
Weirdly. Because of what he's doing.
Yeah. Well, he just
this takes
murders
place-
people. I mean,
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
Oh yeah, and he just takes advantage of like
Oh yeah, like this
young women who need.
This movie is definitely about cycles of abuse and how we perpetuate them, often without realizing it.
Yes. Yeah, it gets very on the nose with that stuff.
It does. It does.
But
I think here's what I'll say were my complaints or my issues with it. Things that I sort of stuck out to me that sort of kept me from like liking this as much as like a Coen Brothers joint.
sure.
And like I could sort of see like watching it's like, oh, I bet the people who didn't like Drive Away Dolls probably had similar issues with it. One, I think the solution sucks. I don't think it was executed well.
Driveway Dolls has a similar issue where a lot of problems kind of solve themselves in silly ways that there's a lead up to, but it's like not enough of it's not clever enough.
It's just very abrupt. Yeah. It feels like a bit like somebody trying to do a Pulp Fiction, but just cutting it off at the first beat of each story. If that makes sense. So there's that. That's my other complaint is that the noir aspect, I think it is kind of using noir as an excuse a little bit to be more meandering. Like this is a 90-minute movie. There are like 3 extended montages. One of them is the opening credits.
Right.
And it's like, I get it because like right when you start to feel the length is when the montage ends and she stops and looks over at a bus stop. Like it's still a Coen brother, it's still like, oh, this is like just the right length for me to get the feeling that she's exhausted by this search.
Yes.
But it's also a 90-minute movie and you're kind of spinning your wheels with this. And it's like, so I think it's too meandering, which is funny to say for a 90-minute movie, but like you were saying, like it cuts off a lot of the red herring storylines are cut off like instantly. So it's like, well, what, it's just, and then, yeah, I think the solution, I get how it like tied in thematically. I don't think it was earned, and I think it was poorly executed. Like it was very much a pulling off the mask and being aha, I will now explain my evil plan,
Yes, it's way too fast of a
super
heel turn
reveal. Yeah.
Yes. It was a neat idea, but I think we're going to obviously spoil a lot of like what's going to happen. We already said Chris Evans dies. Aubrey Plaza is bad.
Duck
and like I it felt like in the last scene with her from the start, it was like, oh, she's a different character.
She's a
completely
completely different character.
Yeah, and it was like I wish there was like they workshopped that a little more. She even like looked different. They made her. They put bags under her eyes or something. Like it just felt like the moment you see her, you're like, oh, okay, she's bad. And
well, you knew as soon as
she's
like
acting weird and bad immediately.
You knew as soon as like Honey pulls up to the house and it's like a dilapidated, abandoned house, and the music gets creepy. You're like, oh, you just silenced the lambs me. You just told me this is Buffalo Bill's house.
It's almost like they didn't, because they know what they're doing, so they didn't want us to find out. Like they didn't want it to sneak up on us. They tell you, like you said, it's like, oh, okay, this is bad. I think you think like, oh, maybe she's been murdered, is I think what they maybe wanted you to think. I was
initially thinking that like she was part of the church and was, pun not intended, but also brutally intended, honeypotting people. Like I thought, oh, she's a person who goes and snatches people for the church.
Right. They did a lot of like
And I honestly,
half.
just real quick, I
yeah.
honestly thought that was still the case until like halfway through the Aubrey Plaza's villain monologue. Like, it takes her
Right.
that long to sort of get to, oh, you're just murdering vulnerable women because you're angry at them for being part of the problem, for perpetuating their own abuse. Like, it's such a weird thing to land on, which I get it making sense thematically, and I get having a character that's their motivation to kill, but that groundwork is not laid. It seemed like they hinted that she was part of, like in the yearbook, like that's what tips Honey off, is the God stuff. It's like, oh, she's part of the church. So you're still thinking, oh, she's like a recruiter for the part. It's like, it didn't until halfway through that scene where she starts talking about, oh, those women deserved to die because they were weak. And wait, what? What's your motivation?
There's a lot of them having to like quickly. I think it needed like 10 more minutes. It could have used, like, it's an hour and a half. It wouldn't have been too long to just sort of ease all that ending, because it's not even just that. It's like the part
in there.
Yeah, the part where she's in the ambulance, she has to like wake up for people to like explain to her what had just happened. Of like, oh, we came and found you, like blah 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 blah, and we found her. And like, I get that that's like anticlimactic and in a interesting, like in a way where they're trying to, it's not, it's a Coen, Coen brother type
thing.
of.
They're nihilists,
but it did feel like they it was like they were like limiting themselves to this amount of time, and they were like, okay, we got to cram it all in the last 10 minutes. And I was like, you could have let this breathe a little more at the end. Like, you could have given us a little more time, a little more like an interesting, like if you see the sister and what her journey is or something, or like, because it's all like, it just really rushes right there at the end.
It does. It's
the moment she gets to the house.
It really speeds through it.
But to me, I'm like, okay, this isn't really a noir. It's a comedy. Like, I know it's a noir style comedy, but like The Big Lebowski,
it's also,
like, is a noir in quotes, but it's more of a comedy, right? And it's more like, it's like.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just like the reason I think The Big Lebowski worked more, because The Big Lebowski knew it was more of a comedy and leaned into way more wackiness and way more like, silly moments, and because that meanders. The Big Lebowski meanders. This I feel like,
but
it was
a way that breathes more, so it feels more like you're being led on this mystery, and you're kind of like. And also, it's funnier. Like, this is kind of too mean to be a comedy.
Right. It's too much of a thriller.
Yeah.
Like, it's focused too much on the noir thriller, where I'm like, you're funny. It's there. I'm having a good time with the comedy. I don't actually care that much about the mystery. At a certain point, I didn't even think about it, because they show Chris Evans, and it's like, oh, okay. So like right away, he's implicated in the mystery, and it's like, okay, well, we know he's been killing people. So I didn't like. I guess that's the point, right? Is you're not thinking about the mystery, and then it's like, oh shit, okay, so this other person was involved.
Yeah.
Like, the formula there is okay. It's just like I could see them, like, they could have ramped up the comedy a little more, and not worried so much about the thriller mystery of it all, and made it a little dumber, like the mystery and like, like the motivations and stuff could have been simpler. Like you said, it's like, oh yeah, she's just working for the church.
That
like,
was
just do that.
real strange. That like, again,
it comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, not the motivation itself, because it ties in thematically. If that's what you wanted to do, I understand it being there, but it's just like, it's so. Yeah, like you said, it just kind of comes out of nowhere. They do lay some.
Like, it's a little femme fatale, right?
Of course, it's the femme fatale. And then you see bits of it earlier that they just could have. Man, it could have been a better mystery then, because it's clear it wants to lean in that direction, and it just kind of doesn't land really firmly enough on either. But like,
I think less Norman Bates. Like, she could have been a little more less Looney Tunes at the end.
Yeah.
Like, because I didn't trust, she's a cop, so I was like, I don't trust this cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And they could have done something a little more of like crooked cop shit. Of
Yeah.
like she had something that she didn't want these women to know about, or like something, I don't know. Less of her just like fucking like blah.
Yeah,
I'm crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't need to be any more complicated for me than she's just snatching people for this church thing for
Yeah.
Chris Evans' sex mill, drug trafficking ring. But like,
Yeah.
there is stuff that's there for Aubrey Plaza's character. Like when she goes to meet her at the bar, she just starts fingering Honey right there at the bar on the bar stool. Which is played like really sexy at the time, but when you know that later, like when you think back on that scene, knowing that she's like this insane murderer,
Right.
it becomes like a little bit more like, oh, that
Sinister.
was this kind of assault, wasn't it?
Well, Honey instigates it. I'm pretty
that's
sure.
true. Yeah,
Honey
that's
grabs
true.
her hand.
That's true.
So it's
Yeah,
sort
that's
of
right.
like,
That's right. Sorry, I didn't.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, that's true. So that scene is more about Honey taking charge. So yeah, that actually deflates what I was thinking. Because I was thinking that scene was more about how dominating Aubrey Plaza's character is.
Right. She mentions her dad. They do a good job. So I would say they do a good job at like things that you would flag. Like they talk about their dads in bed, and what you realize, what they make you think is that it's more about Honey's dad, like because he shows up later.
Mm-hmm.
And so you get this. I flagged that scene early, and I was like, okay, so something about dads is going to happen. Then when Honey's dad shows up, I'm like, oh, I guess that's why that's there. And I stopped thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So like they did a good job at like making like exposition scenes have more than one use, where it's like you're not thinking about it. But it does. It's like, to their credit, I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
But how could I have? Where
That's
it's
true.
like they didn't give you enough clues to like have done anything to figure it out.
Yeah, there are some, which is I guess what my point is ultimately, is that there
Right.
are some clues and they're interesting clues. It's just we kind of needed a little bit more. But yeah, like the bit of what you're saying when they're lying in bed and talking about their dads, that's like a cool nested clue. Like they did a similar thing in that Soderbergh movie, Presence, where they hide the big clue about the murderer within a scene that's similar to this, where you think it's just about them bonding over pain, and it's more about the main character's pain, and it's like, well, it was, but also we were telling you that this character's the murderer.
It is definitely a classic. Like you watch any Scream, and there's always a part where a character is like empathizing with the main character, and they're like, when my mom left me or whatever, and then of course that's the motivation. Where it's like they do nest it.
Yeah, there's a way.
Like,
sorry.
Yeah, there's a good way and there's a bad way.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's not obvious. Sometimes it really is.
Yeah, but yeah, just the way you say, when my mom left me, it's like instantly you're like, well, that's the murderer.
Right. Because it's once you watch enough movies, you're like, any line being said is
a potential
means
clue.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you do like screenwriting and stuff, you realize at a certain point you're like, well, why do these lines need to be here, right? And if you're doing a mystery,
when you really start thinking about that, you start thinking about like shot selection. It's like, well, okay, why are we seeing this? Like, you
And
really
the best-
yeah.
Yeah, the best way to do it is, of course, to have just as much stuff as you can. This is actually a thought I had watching this, and I don't think critics will agree with me, it seems. I actually wanted more of this. Like, I could have watched a mini-series of Honey Don't.
Yeah.
I actually really quite liked, so it's Bakersfield. This takes place in Bakersfield.
It sure does.
Yeah, it represents Bakersfield, it seems
It
like.
absolutely
The vibes.
does. Yeah,
Yeah.
We lived there for a little bit, for a
it's-
little over a year.
Bakersfield is, I believe, where the ending of Seven was shot, for reference. So
Yes.
it's desert. It's desert and meth, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Because
Farming
you're in
too.
the
There's
desert.
there's farming, but
Right.
lots of meth. Lots of meth.
You're in the desert, and you're like, well, I
it's-
guess I'll do meth.
The end of Seven, I think, is somewhere between Bakersfield and Victorville.
Yeah, I think it's Lancaster? Is that the...
Something like
I don't know.
Kern, I think it's the county, which you see
Right.
at the bus station when Secret Grandpa scares his granddaughter away and she gets kidnapped by Aubrey
least-
Plaza. There's the part real quick is he's sitting in a bus station, and the ad behind him is Kern Heart Hospital, which is a place that Marina and I went.
Oh, okay.
So, Kern County is where. Anyway.
All right. No, the least realistic thing was that this town needed a private detective, because I was like, I don't know if the crimes there are sneaky enough to need someone going. Like,
I bet I would. Having lived there recently, I bet that like 30% of the population of Bakersfield is private detectives.
That's all they're all just spying on each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem.
It's where Royal Crackers takes place, Dave.
Right. But I did like all the individual characters and the individual like interactions. That was like, I could see a Crime of the Week, Honey Don't series, where it's like there's an overarching,
or
like,
even
thing.
if it was just this with each of those storylines drawn out longer. Like True Detective does a similar thing. I thought a little bit about True Detective just in the sense of nihilism, particularly with season 2, the season that nobody liked. But I
liked it.
Yeah, I like it more than I probably should. I don't love it, but I do like that. Like some storylines are just sort of end. Because you're like, well, fuck. Like I guess that's
like,
that.
Oh,
that's very
that's
Coen
life.
Brothers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this could have been a season of Fargo. This could have been a Fargo season.
Yeah, throw
Easily.
a spaceship in there, and then give us a flying saucer, and then it's a season of Fargo.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Is like it.
Oh,
my
fuck!
biggest,
Do you think Alien Earth and Fargo in the same universe? Is that the
why not?
alien? Was that the alien in a flying saucer?
Maybe
in season 2 that Kieran Culkin's looking at, so he doesn't see the Kirsten Dunst driving at him.
Yeah, I forgot about the fucking flying.
There's
saucer.
a flying saucer. Yeah,
I haven't watched Alien Earth yet, but
neither have I.
I did just watch K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh shit!
And that to me firmly takes place in the Metalocalypse universe. It's the same energy as like these K-pop stars are like just so powerful and so beloved, and it's like a world around K-pop. And I'm like, this feels like a Metalocalypse world, and I want to see K-pop Demon Hunters v Metalocalypse, because the demons also kind of look like the demons in Metalocalypse, and I'm like, this could all exist in the same world, and I want it to. That's another thing that could have been a show
within your heart.
Yeah, but yeah, I think my biggest critique of this is like, I feel like they didn't have enough time. Ultimately, like Aubrey Plaza, that turn over a season would have been would have gone down a lot smoother. But it felt like they just ran out of time in this one.
Yeah, it feels undercooked.
Yeah, and like I liked a lot of I liked her weird little relationship with Charlie Day, where she's like, "You're my favorite man," because Charlie Day is like just this Charlie Day type. Although I will say he always has a tinge of Charlie from It's Always Sunny, but this is more like, he's not smashing rats with a baseball bat. He's like kind of a skeezy detective guy.
Yeah,
who's like kind of fun, and just every time he's just like lightly
come on,
hits
you
on
want to
her.
go out on a date with me, right? Give me your cell phone number.
And she goes, "I like girls," and he's like, you always say that, and that's that.
It does.
He's a pest.
It is hard to tell if he's serious.
Well, they're doing that thing. It reminds me of Barbarian, where Barbarian was about like, here's a spectrum of toxic dudes, and this is like, here's a spectrum of like kind of like pesty to predatory, where it's like Charlie Day is like, it's like he's still a pest, but she's like, they have more of a back and forth, and he's
I can't tell. Like that's what I'm saying. Is I can't. It's a no.
He gives her a lot of professional courtesies. He has a lot of respect for her as a detective.
Oh yeah, no.
He's like, can you give me your information? Help me out here. Like he's not like he's like.
Yeah,
he's not an asshole.
No, he's totally forthright and as helpful as he can be. And I was gonna say it was hard to tell if this is like just a kind of a game that they play, but no, it's not hard to tell. Like it's clear that she's irritated by it a little bit. So,
I mean, she keeps saying book club, and he accepts it, but he's just like, "That's weird. You just did book club." Like, and then the cell phone thing.
They did a good. Yeah, she's like, "No, I don't have a cell phone. I carry around a pocket full of quarters to use payphones."
I like that because they
couldn't
make
stop
her
at like a payphone. She's like, "I don't use a payphone." It's like, see, you do.
Yeah. I like that they make her seem like she's a grizzled old timey detective
Yes.
with her like, and then like near the end she whips out the cell phone. And you're like, oh yeah, she's doing a thing. Like she's doing an act basically. She likes the idea of this version of the no cell phone. Like I have the Rolodex and I like, but it's like I like that little like reveal of like, nah, she totally has a cell phone.
Oh, yeah.
What, are you crazy? You crazy? Of
Well, we
course she
know
has a
she
cell
did.
phone.
Like we'd seen it a bunch of times before, so like we know
Oh, yeah.
we know she's lying to Chuck Day. But anyway,
yeah. I don't know. Like that's the one thing is
it's charming enough and it's fun enough that I enjoyed the movie. Like it's good enough.
yeah. So Drive Away Dolls, without I'm obviously not spoiling anything.
Yeah.
It has a zanier edit, a way zanier edit. It feels more like a Jay and Silent Bob movie the way it's
That's
edited.
weird. Okay.
But it takes place in the 2000s, and I had kind of watching it interpreted as like they were kind of imitating the style
I get that,
of comedies in the 2000s. It has a little more like leaning into the Coen brothers type dialogue where it was like a little too much, you know what I mean? Where it's like no one fucking talks like this kind of vibe. And obviously it's a Coen brothers or the Coen brother film, and it's got a new, you know, Trisha Cook is putting her own stamp on everything. So like this movie, I think is a completely different vibe than that movie.
Okay. I gotta
In a
watch
way
it.
where it's like, you should, because I liked that movie. I thought it was funny as well. But that movie, I think, went really hard into like, okay, this is Ethan Coen. We got to prove it's still like, see, it's Coen brothers. You know, it had that vibe more.
Yeah.
Where it was like, and it was like almost a little too much. Where you're like, you know, like this dialogue. It's like I still liked it.
I got
But
you. And
I think
I like the other actress. I don't know her name. She's from Blockers. She was also in Thunderbolts.
She's very good in that. Yeah, Margaret Qualley is amazing in that. Matt Damon is not in it much, but he's pretty fun in that too. They're really good at like jerk characters.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah. The only threat is that it's part of their like, what is it? Their gay B movie, their lesbian B movie like saga that they're doing, and like so this one is pretty gay, but it's not like
It's pretty gay, yeah.
yeah. It's
I love the
like,
French lady.
Oh, the French lady's great. She's a delight.
Again, a little on the nose, but it was fun in a fun way. Like she's completely every single layer she's wearing in the beginning is cheetah, like leopard print.
Yeah.
Because she's a
She
predator.
coordinates.
At that predator mode, Dave. And then at
Right.
the end, when Honey's hitting on her, what's she wearing? She's wearing zebra, Dave. She's in prey mode.
Oh, she's a prey.
She's in prey mode.
I didn't even notice.
It reminded
that.
me a little bit of the toward the end of No Country for Old Men when Suga comes out of the house and he's barefoot. Like it like a small detail that's like,
yeah.
oh, okay, we know that like Honey's not going to get murdered, obviously, and it's like they're gonna go bone, and then the French lady's going to get on her flight and leave, and then Honey will have gone straight from one murderer to another, completely oblivious.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what the movie's about is
Yeah.
that everybody is
She keeps picking
perpetuating
them.
their own cycles,
Yeah, she keeps picking the wrong ones.
completely
That's
blind
pretty
to
funny.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of silly. Yeah, I mean the meaning of it all, like it's pretty crisp in there. I didn't even need it. Like for me, it's like what I'm looking for to satisfy me is just an ensemble of actors who probably haven't been in a Coen brother or Coen brothers film yet, doing like a thing and just doing it really well. Like I'm this character, I'm this character, I'm this character, and we're having scenes together. And like I think I liked this more than Drive Away Dolls, because Drive Away Dolls is good, but it's like a kind of a road trip movie, and like there's not enough of that. It's a little too crime. It's a little too crime focused, and there's not enough characters who are like you get to like have fun with, and like having, you know, Margaret Qualley and Chris Evans do a scene together, and him being such like
That's
a perfect scumbag.
that's a fun scene.
It's so fun. And just Chris Evans in this movie was,
he's
just,
eating it up, man.
Yeah, he's perfect for it.
I think I would not be surprised if he was partially inspired by Wayne Newton from License to Kill.
I could see that.
There's a particular pose he does on the bed that it's like, that's
Really?
License to Kill. I swear to God. Like I maybe not. Maybe it's just because they're both playing like the idea of this character, like a slimy evangelical priest who's just a fuck monster. But it was I wouldn't be surprised if he was thinking about Wayne Newton.
That's really funny.
To Kill at least a little bit.
I was thinking about not another teen movie.
Oh yeah,
because he's like a
pictures
freaking that. Yeah, yeah. And he's like naked in not another teen movie, and like this is like true to form Chris Evans.
Oh yeah,
where it's like Captain America is such an anomaly. Yeah. Where it's like he really needed to do this and go like, all right, folks, I could be humiliating weird creep.
When he when he kills poor Hector and looks over at the two women, he's like, lots of help you were, and is walking out of the room with the silk sheets wrapped around him, holding a gun.
Just such a the Hector stuff. I think the Hector stuff is a interesting
Heck, that's very Coen Brothers.
It's also very noir because we have
it's very.
We have the Billy Eichner showing up, and you kind of know his case is going to because noir fashion is like the first case. The first person walks in has like this minor case, and of course in noir fashion, that's going to get wrapped up into
it's all going to connect somehow, but. Not necessarily in a way that's leading toward the solution. Like all the Chris Evans stuff turns out to be a red herring. Like it doesn't it doesn't have anything to do with it really.
Yeah, he's just doing incidental crimes, but it's sort of like
right.
I don't know, the initial car accident. It's so like I wasn't clear on what happened there, because she runs off the road and then they say they find stab wounds.
Aubrey Plaza drove her off
that's
the road.
Aubrey. Okay, that makes sense.
So presumably the French lady was following her
to cover it up for the church.
Or they heard about it somehow. But yeah, she was there to cover it up, it seems.
Right. She was there to just get the ring off of her.
I think she was there to kill her. Oh, no, wait, I can't remember now.
That's what I mean. It's confusing because it starts with her driving off the road and her taking the ring.
Right, she takes
she's
the ring.
She's going to get tied to the church either way.
And then they have that meeting at the pool later where she's like, listen, you're making too much noise here. Like, you keep drawing attention. The French are not pleased. And he's like, hey, that doesn't really have anything to do with my operation. Like, that's an unrelated traffic fatality. Like, I didn't do that. Like, that wasn't me.
Right. So it seems
I guess that really wasn't related, except for she was going to talk to Honey just because she felt like the church was up to no good, which it was.
It sounds like they were going to kill her.
Possibly.
And
else, why else would the French lady be there?
Right. Her going and taking the ring is weird because it's like, okay, well, they're going to tie you to, like, they're going to tie you to it either way, right? Like, they're going to investigate and go like, oh, well, she went to this church. Like, the ring doesn't matter. Unless the ring is, like, his inner circle. But the French lady takes off the ring.
Yeah, I mean...
Skinny dips and leaves.
Yeah, I guess you're right, because Honey does go straight to the church to ask... well, no, she doesn't go straight to the church.
She goes to the parents.
She goes to the parents first,
and...
yeah, because the parents don't know which church she went to, but she just, I guess... guesses at that point?
No. I don't think she guessed. I do think there's a connection. I forget exactly what it is. But by the time she goes to that, like, I know Charlie Day is one step behind her, but I think it's the four
ways.
Whatever.
Yeah.
4 ways. I know there's a connection there. Like, it didn't seem like weird that she would go there. Although they could have done it where it's like, well, it's the only fucking church.
That's kind of what I was thinking. That might have been the explanation because it's kind of like the only thing there. But he's totally tells her, it's like, yeah, no, I know her. She was part of our congregation. Like, he's not like hiding it.
I think it's
So
this is definitely a Coen Brothers thing. This is definitely a mystery thing, which is like there's a murderer in the ointment. Like there's like the idea I think here is that they were going to do something to this woman. She was going to talk to Honey about this.
presumably the crimes, yeah.
About the crimes and the sex and stuff. And then I think the implication is that Aubrey Plaza got to her first because she had also been like casing this church or realizing. It's interesting because the murders,
She
a
was
lot
part
of
of
them,
the church, I think.
they sort of learn the murders after the fact. Like where like after the
Yeah, sorry, yeah, they do. We do learn about like 2 other murders after the fact.
right. So they don't really set it up. That's why it feels like a cheat because it's like, oh, I'm a murderer, by the way. And then they're like, yeah, we found a bunch of victims after we learned about the murder. And I'm like, oh.
Right, and the
okay.
entirety of the connection is established by the yearbook that Honey pulls off the shelf and looks at right before Aubrey Plaza walks in the room. It's like
Right.
the implication is that she said her dad died. She initially says at war, but then she admits that she killed him, and her mom died when she was a kid. So she stabbed her dad to death because he was beating the shit out of her all the time. And then she talks about she's angry at this church and all these women for continuing to be victims because the implication is like she was picked up by this church and then had to work for a fucking rape lizard.
Yeah.
Like Chris Evans. Probably not him specifically because the age doesn't they're the same age. But
Right.
but somebody like him.
Yeah, I thought they were going to have going to be siblings or something. There was
Right.
gonna be
Yeah, I
some
thought there was going to
reveal.
be like a direct, like I said, I thought she was going to be like snatching people
church.
for the church. Yeah.
Yeah, like he has.
church
He has
snatcher.
people. Yeah, he has people in the police force that's working for him, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, why wouldn't
Yeah,
he? Why
I mean-
wouldn't members of the police force be members of the church?
Again, if they spread this out to a season, you could have those murders being found throughout the season. You know what I mean?
And there are people
Like-
from in the cast or like around town being murdered, or
Right.
yeah, right. At least having us be more familiar with those previous ones for sure. Yeah.
I definitely like the noir or the detective trope of like someone's murdering people in this town, and then the reveal is slowly like, God, everybody in this town sucks. Like it's not that there's one crime; it's that there's a bunch of crimes.
Right. There's so
and
much
some of them
crime.
overlap.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That we have to like weed out the crime and figure out what crime belongs
Yeah, which
to
of these
who.
crimes are related? That's noir.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I could have watched more of this, but like, again, overall, like, I still don't understand why the reviews are so low. And like, it's sort of ultimately what I wanted out of this movie was like, I'm not looking for No Country for Old Men, right?
No.
This is a comedy. It's a comedy, and I'm looking to like laugh and just enjoy myself. And it's 90 fucking minutes. And like same with Driveway Dolls, where I'm just like, it's like they've been doing like very like sexy comedies. Sexy's a weird word to use, but no, this is a sexy
Kind of
comedy.
what
It's got
this
sexiness.
there. Yeah, this was. I wouldn't call it a full-on erotic thriller.
Now, a lot of nudity in both of this and Driveway Dolls, which
a lot of graphic sex scenes.
but I like it because it feels a little 90s where it's like,
Graphic
yeah, let's
violence
have some fucking,
too.
Yeah, let's have some sex in movies again. Like it feels like it's got life to it. In a way that like I enjoy watching it, and it just makes
it's
me
also-
feel happy to watch.
Well, it's also like part of the. It's part of like this. It's part of the vibe, right? It's part of the vibe of a noir story, of a PI story. It's like the sex scenes were so like graphic and raw and like kind
Yeah.
of like they were a little grimy, right? So it's supposed to like kind
They
of
play it for laughs.
They
Just watching
do.
all the dildos the next
Yeah,
day. They do
yeah,
like a
yeah.
hard cut.
But it's kind of like the idea of it is like, they're in this motel, like they're finger blasting each other at the bar. There's like this,
Yeah.
It's a little bit of little grimy, So I think it's good at like establishing that like that PI
noir
world,
sex.
yeah, that noir sex, exactly.
Yeah, and Driveway Dolls has like like teen romp sex stuff. I mean, I don't think there's supposed to be teens in that, but it's got like that level of like comedic, and it's always kind of played a little bit for laughs because sex is funny, you know.
Yes,
like,
it is.
Mark Ruffalo has a masturbation scene in Driveway Dolls where she is not trying to seem sexy doing it. It's very undignified in a way that's very funny, where I'm just like, wow, good job. Like, I like that. Like when it's like, yeah, sex is funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's a funny thing. And like, yeah, Chris Evans in this is like
Every one of his
his sex
scenes.
scenes with
Oh
the
my
mirror
gosh.
and like, oh my God.
It reminded me of American Psycho without the
Yeah.
danger.
Yeah, exactly. Because Chris Evans, he's a good-looking guy, so you can see women putting up with this shit of like, all right, I'll hold the mirror, I guess.
He's so repellent.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
I remember having that thought. I think it was during the scene. I think it was during the scene where Hector comes in, where he has the two ladies. Like I had the thought of like, man, I know he's handsome, but gosh, like
Right.
the way he's treating these ladies, it's like there's a limit. Like handsome only goes so far, right? Like this
Right.
guy is truly
Yeah, he's not
repellent.
Patrick Bateman, but he's almost like a worse version
He's
where it's like he'll still
awful.
kill people.
Yeah, he does still kill people. Yeah,
Yeah,
he doesn't. It just doesn't torture them to death.
yeah, exactly.
That's why I said less danger.
Yeah. Well, it depends on your interpretation of American Psycho.
True. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because like technically he might not.
He might
be
not.
worse
Yeah,
than
that's
Patrick
true.
Bateman. So Patrick Bateman might just be like a guy with weird incel school
Yeah, just
shooter
a-
thoughts all the time.
Dude who sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, what'd you think of all the Hector stuff? That was so sad, but like it again felt very Coen Brothers.
Coen Brothers is very noir. It's
I liked the fight in there.
yeah.
I like a lot of Chris Evans. The Coen Brothers. I mean, they've always been good at this, which is like getting those guys, those character actors, like the guy that Chris Evans is like trying to think in front of, who's just like dead-eyed dude, where like the henchmen who don't really like, who are just clocking in, it feels like, where they're so low level, where they're just like hick henchmen
The
that are like, they're not great at their job, but
They do a
They'll do
fun thing with the two. Like the first guy, the Australian guy, is really fun. Like he has a
Yeah.
lot of fun lines, and they have fun scenes together. Where he's very like the number two that's kind of like lightly questioning Chris
Yeah.
Evans' buffoonery because
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. And then he gets killed in the fight with Hector, and then later on we see he's replaced him with a similar looking buffoon,
yeah, just another dipshit.
like with long blonde hair. It has the same like vacant look on his
Yeah, the
face,
vacant-
but he's even less smart than the Australian guy was.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a clone. It's
Right.
a copy of a copy.
Yeah, he just like has these guys in his
Yeah, and he has
parish,
these little
I guess.
routines with them. The bartender thing where he's like, "We're gonna have to kill him," and he's and like it's
I
it's
thought
so-
he
it's-
meant the bartender
me too. I think that's the point. Is like you're like the bartender, and he's like,
Right,
"No,
yeah,
Hector."
Yeah, because he does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you're like-
exactly.
Like Chris Evans sucks. Like it's that vibe of like his henchmen are almost smarter than him, but not assertive enough to really have
First
figured
guy
that
is
out.
like I think
Yeah.
the first guy is smarter than him. He's just like not assertive enough and doesn't really understand that he's smarter than him. He's
It's
just
the vibe-
he knows it doesn't make sense.
Right. It's what if you took the crew of a Burger King and made them do crime, where it's
Yeah.
like it's that feeling of I remember working these minimum wage jobs and feeling like I think I might know more than my manager, but I'm not.
Also about
I'm not sure. Like I feel like my manager might be an idiot.
I was gonna add to that. I worked at a sandwich shop
Yeah.
where we were doing crimes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's that. It's this. Like I don't know. I love
Yeah,
that.
So it's just
Yeah, I don't. This to me, this is like the fucking Gladiator. Where are you not entertained? Where I'm like, for me, ultimately, this is 90 minutes, and I was very entertained by it, and I liked all the like. I liked the fun and games. I liked the journey. The destination wasn't perfect, and this is how I felt about Driveway Dolls. Where I'm like, I don't know if you watch this movie and you don't laugh, and you're not like entertained by this
Man,
stuff, then
I
so be
laughed
it. Like
a
you don't
lot.
like it.
Like
But
like a couple of belly laughs.
yeah, me too. Again, that's very rare. They are all funny.
Oh my god! Actually, the thing that got me the most was I didn't have like the biggest pop, but like I kept laughing. Was when I think it's the first scene where we meet the Australian guy, where it's like the dude ODs, and he's like, "Was he doing drugs? Yeah, he OD'd, man." It's like, "Well, were you doing it?" No, my body's a temple. You should see me with a shake weight.
Yeah.
Like it hit me like I was like, and then it just kept hitting me in waves. I'm like, that's a funny fucking line.
Yeah. It's delightful.
Oh, shit.
And then fucking Margaret Qualley continues to be just
She's
absolutely
great. Yeah.
fucking amazing in everything she's in.
They should just give her a full-on Elliot Gould PI
Yes.
movie.
Her as a PI in this, it's
Like,
she
that
doesn't get
stuff
to be
was
as
great.
silly, but it's like she's really fucking good in this. Yeah, I would
we
watch.
didn't need her to be as silly because she's kind of the straight man,
Yeah, and the badass,
and it's a
who beats
fun,
the crap
it's a
out
fun
of the
straight man.
boyfriend.
Yeah, oh yeah, she comes in
Yeah.
with a fucking blackjack.
I
Like
liked
she
her
pulls that out
slapping
of
on
the glove box. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I liked her slapping the "I have a vagina, I vote" sticker. Just the thing that got me is the implication that she has a bunch in there.
She does.
For
We see
this
them.
occasion. Yeah, it's like this is a go-to move that she
This
does.
is something she does. Yeah, she does live in Bakersfield.
Yeah, where
There
she's
are a
like,
lot
"All
of
right,
Nazis in Bakersfield.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
enjoy scraping this off of your car.
Yeah. And then her trying to break this, taking a very long time to break the shotgun.
With the gun, yeah.
It's a
That
fun
was
scene.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the vibes. I like the energy.
No, everything's there. It just, like I said, undercooked. Ending
Yeah.
not terribly well executed, and the meandering stuff is appropriate for this type of movie. It just needed a little bit more space, I think. They get cut off too abruptly, so it's like,
Want more time?
yeah, I just wanted
do
more
want a little
time.
more
I want to. That's kind of the fun of a noir, is getting to sit with it and not knowing which plot
Yeah.
lines are going to kind of matter. And this one sort of truncates them so quickly. It's like, anyway.
I like that everybody has a thing. Her assistant, who's like, I can make you coffee.
I really liked their
Yeah.
scenes together. I wish
Yeah,
they
because
had
her
more.
assistant, like, it's also that vibe of like she doesn't really like. It's like her boss, but she doesn't really care. Like it's very noir, which is like the assistant seems like she doesn't really need this job. Like she's not doing much.
Trying
She's
to
like
be
having
more,
to try to
right, like she's
Yeah,
trying to
she's-
be more helpful. She's like, I can build you a database. Like I can make you some coffee. Like, do you want me to
Right.
do anything? Like she
Yeah.
literally has to snatch the phone from her.
Yeah, yeah,
She's like,
yeah.
no, let me do something. I forget what she says. She's like, no, you figure, or because she's using her crime mind basically to solve a mystery.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, you keep mystery solving. I'll answer the phone.
Yeah, I'll answer the damn phone.
Yeah.
I like the sister with all the hellish kids and the chaos and like. Yeah, I thought that was just flavoring. That's why it is
It's
important to
all-
have all these things.
All that sister stuff was all part of that theme of abuse cycles and,
right.
et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. I don't know. I just I
Disordered
could have done a
households
mini series
and-
of this.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think I have anything else to say. I'm excited. I don't know. I like this Ethan Coen, Trisha Cook team up. Obviously, I'm like, I want to see the Coen brothers do another film together. And they said they will. It's not like they broke up.
Yeah.
It's just
They're no
like they're just
longer
doing their own
brothers.
things. Yeah. I just think that like I again, like these aren't perfect films. I have a lot of fun. I just don't people who are like I don't know. The reviews I just think I'm like, wow.
I think
Very harsh.
Yeah, and I think, we've been a little guilty of it in this podcast. I think it's people coming to it and it's not a Coen Brothers movie. So they're like, well, what the hell is that? Oh. Give me that Coen Brothers sauce.
Right, and that's not what it is. It's a new thing.
There's
It's
a lot of
different
it
thing.
in there, obviously.
But if you didn't laugh and you weren't entertained, then so be it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I'm not like, oh, these people are wrong. I'm just like, what am I missing? Because I keep watching these movies and being delighted by them. Like again, I don't love them, but I'm like, It's one of those things on my radar of like, that's why I was like, I hope you don't like it so I can have it explained to me more of like, I don't know. These get me. I enjoy them.
Yeah. Like I said, yeah.
They're well made, obviously. Like,
I wish the mystery was better.
Yeah.
And it was a little, it was undercooked. Yeah. That's what I have to offer. I hope that sheds some light on it for you, Dave.
Well, no, I knew that too. Again, these aren't perfect movies.
Right.
It's just, it's that weird element where I'm like, where it's like I feel the need to defend it, not because I loved it, but because it's like people seem to really don't like it more than I feel like.
I can see
where
that.
I'm just like, all right, settle down, everybody.
Yeah,
I don't know. I had fun.
I certainly didn't love it. Yeah, I came out being like, yeah, I like that. It was good.
It's hard. It's like I don't want to compare it to Coen Brothers, but obviously
How could
everybody
you not?
will.
Yeah, you're going
but
to.
it's like Cruel Intentions, where I'm like, that's not my favorite, but it's certainly no Lady Killers, where I'm like, I like Cruel Intentions. Not Cruel Intentions, Intolerable Cruelty.
I was wondering why
Cruel
you were bringing
Intentions
Cruel
is a
Intentions
very
into
different
this.
movie.
Yeah,
But Intolerable Cruelty,
I do
where
love
I'm like,
Cruel Intentions.
oh, I love Cruel Intentions, but I do enjoy Intolerable Cruelty. Is it my favorite? No, but I'll sit down, I'll watch it, and I'll be like, that was fun. I liked George Clooney in that. I liked a lot of the.
I mean, there's some Coen Brothers stuff that I really don't like. I don't like Burn After Reading.
Oh yeah, you don't. I like that one, but
That one's too nihilistic for me. It's like, well, not this.
Very.
I mean, it ends by telling us that the entire story
Nothing
didn't
mattered.
matter. I was like, well, fuck you.
yeah, I like that.
Like, you know.
It's one big practical joke. That
Yes,
felt like
yeah.
it's like a sketch where it's like, what if a movie was like this? And it's like that's a movie that's like hostile towards its audience and how little things matter.
That was an inside joke that two brothers let us in on.
But the ending of just him going over everything and trying to figure out what the hell happened. That was just it's like, in a way, it's like that's like such uncut Coen Brothers, where it's like stuff like The Big Lebowski. All their comedies have elements of that, right? Where it's like, oh, we're back to where we started, and oh, not much mattered. But that one, it is like, what if we just what if we just concentrated?
What if we
that
made this
into a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I enjoy. But again, I enjoy that because where I'm like, Brad Pitt, I don't think he had been in the Coen Brothers yet. And it was like, all right,
man,
here we go. Yeah, for me, it's a lot like a lot of these people, these artists, where it's like, for me, a lot of it is seeing this new generation jump in. You know, like seeing like the young actors in like a Scorsese film, and you're like, oh, this is weird. Like they're now, you know, and so like there's a lot of a novelty that goes a long way with me, where I'm like, oh my god, it's Chris Evans in a
Coen brother movie. Yeah, no, for sure. There's a lot of that for me as well. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So we don't have Mehmet anymore. He's passed on. Emmett Brown.
Oh yeah,
Coen Brothers mainstay.
Yeah, and then Aubrey Plaza in one as well, where I'm always delighted to see her in things.
Yeah.
Because she's in that weird place where she's like, could I be a serious actor?
I think she
and it
can.
seems like the answer is yes.
Yeah. Like at first it was a little like, at first I didn't believe her. Right. And I think that was more my problem. Because it's she's in such a specific spot in my, it's like a similar thing with Charlie Day, where it's hard to see Charlie Day as anybody.
Anytime
but
he raises
Charlie.
his voice,
okay, it's you're a detective, huh?
He's another one where I'm like, it's going to be a long time before I can see you in a serious role, Charlie Day. But this stuff, I'm like, keep it up, man, keep it up. You know?
Yeah, characters like this, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard when someone nails something.
But what I was going to say is, I eventually, after I got over my initial like not being able to see her as anything but funny, like I'm waiting for her to like I feel like she's doing a bit.
She has the Charlie Day thing where
Exactly.
you have to like Scott Pilgrim was a good use of her, because it's like, all right, this is still like, you know, honestly, Agatha All Along, I don't know if you've seen that. Very good use of her. She's great in that. I liked Agatha All Along. It was very good. it's a weird. It exists in a weird place in all the Marvel stuff. You know what I mean? Where it's like this is such a footnote, but for that reason, it's quite delightful.
A
I
good
thought.
footnote. Yeah, you get a little bit more fun there. But yeah, no,
She was good in-
I liked her in this. It was fun. It was fun seeing her as this character and having her be a suspect in this sort of lineup, and then having her be the villain. Yeah,
yeah. She was good in Megalopolis as WoW Platinum. Megalopolis.
That vanished from streaming. I can't rent it anymore.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's going to be an artifact. That's going to be one that's like,
I was so excited to watch it.
Have you not seen Megalopolis?
No, I didn't get a chance to. By the time I was going to, it was pulled from services. I'm not sure
that's
why.
Very funny. Oh, they're doing another. I think he's doing another theatrical run. I think he kind of had a. He's having a Tommy Wiseau moment where
I think
he's like,
just gone full. Yeah.
Well, the numbers were up for it, where it was like a lot of people are seeing Megalopolis, and it's like, yes, but you need to look into that but because the but is important. You're having a Morbius situation.
You're doing a Morbius thing. Yeah.
I don't think another theatrical run is going to go right, but whatever.
I think maybe leaning into the streaming format is perhaps where you're going to see some money.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to go to a theater to watch Megalopolis.
I might.
Megalopolis?
Megalopolis.
Okay.
It's a big
Should
city.
be a city full of sharks.
Yeah. Oh,
Gigantic
Megalopolis.
Megalodonopolis.
Someone could make that easily. Give someone $1 million in like 2 weeks. That movie could be written, shot, edited, and released.
I've written it already in the last 15 seconds.
Exactly.
Just sitting here looking out my window. The movie's completely written.
Excellent.
I did it. Where's my million? I think we can be finished.
I think we should be finished. All I'll say is, if you watched Drive Away Dolls and it wasn't your thing, I would be curious to know what people thought of this movie, because it isn't the same tone. Yeah, I guess that's it. I'm excited. I'm personally excited for more Ethan Coen and Trisha Cook team ups.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the stories, the story direction that their collaborations will take, because it's not like this probably isn't a movie that the Coen brothers would have made.
No.
Like this probably isn't a story they would tell together.
Right. That's why it has value to me. It's like where it's like
that's what I'm struggling to say, I guess.
Yeah, like the idea, I guess, of the Coen brothers making movies away from each other, right? Where you're like, okay, so what is the point of that? And like for me, I'm like, okay, Ethan Coen is doing this very ultra specific comedy route that makes me go like, okay, like I'm glad these like you said, they wouldn't exist.
Yeah,
if they made movies together.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh no, I guess my question is because Joel Coen has only done the tragedy of Macbeth, which also seems like it wouldn't exist because it seems almost too dry.
Yeah.
Like that seems like, so I think they are sort of putting stuff out that they probably had both agreed, like, okay, I want to do this, well, I want to do this. And they're like, well, this isn't really us, so let's do them separately. And I think that's actually like a healthy thing to do.
I think that's cool. I mean, yeah, the value in it, I mean, apart from just like there's value in anything anybody wants to create, is, it's a pair of artists that I like, seeing like what their interests are, like what do they like, what does Ethan Coen want to think about when he's not making a movie with Joel? Like what,
right?
What direction will their interests go? Like what is that going to look like? Like how is that going to, it's like when your favorite band and everybody spins off and does their own album. You're like, okay, what is, because
I think when directors or writers or artists split up, I don't know what happened between them, but I do realize that
It's not always a fight.
No, it's probably more about like they do a thing, right? And it's like they actually, you kind of trap yourself in your own style, where like Tarantino, if he makes Tarantino film, his managers and agents are like, you got to make it Tarantino. Like that's the money maker, right? Where it's like there's artists that are like,
he's never like done that.
Right. Well, we talk about it like the artist doing it, but you realize that it, like, especially with a team up where it's like Coen brothers, when they make a movie, people expect it to be a thing, and not just their fans, but producers, people giving them money themselves, where they're like, this is our brand as the Coen brothers. This is the thing we do.
If we want to get
and
this
if you
made,
want to do, right, if you want to get this thing made, this is the thing we are. Even the Coen brothers need money, right? Where it's like, I imagine there's an element of like, these are scripts that are like ideas or projects that they're like, they like, but they were, people would always go like, but those aren't like Coen brothers, like that's not your style. So like, I wonder how many times something like that has happened with artists where they have to, because like actors get away with doing a bunch of different things. I feel like directors and writers, after a certain point, it's like, you're a horror guy. Like, who saw Life of Chuck? I still haven't seen Life of Chuck. And it's like Mike Flanagan. It's like, no, you're the horror guy, Mike. Like, I'm sure he gets a lot of that. And it's like, if you want to do anything different, I mean, Stephen King, like...
Yeah, that's true.
You have to sort of reestablish yourself.
Yeah, you have to carve out a different area. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, I like that. I like that. I mean, it's weird to say it because they're huge, successful artists, but I like that.
Yeah.
I like the idea of being able to still have that space, even if you've already established like such a firm identity for yourself. Like that's cool, and there's a lot of value for that. And I'm sad that some people aren't able to do that as easily, like you're saying, like a Mike Flanagan or somebody.
Well, yeah, they can do it. It's just, it is
for
like,
sure. Yeah, I mean, like Stephen King can do whatever the fuck he wants to. Like it's kind of the same thing as like the Coen brothers. But like,
I assume when you're in such an artistic groove, I think of like when NoFX released an album where they wrote and performed every song for the first time, and that was the album. And their explanation was like, we're a punk band and we're too good at playing our instruments. Yep. Like we got too good at playing music and it doesn't seem punk anymore, so we need to like do something to make it sound more punk, and so this is what we landed on. And like like I assume a lot of artists and writers and directors and stuff, they get into these ruts where they're like, I can churn this out now, and it's like maybe you need to change things up, so yeah.
Also, maybe this is just the Joel and Ethan only vibe on a certain subject.
Yeah.
They really bond over Cormac McCarthy.
Yeah. That's their thing.
That's their thing.
Yeah.
That's what they were into as kids.
They would be just the worst children. I wouldn't want them
just
as kids.
Sitting on the back porch, staring out in the middle distance over a blasted western landscape.
Yeah.
Occasionally laughing over a private joke.
I like to imagine their parents watching their movies and being like, guys, what the fuck?
What is this?
What the fuck was that? To make next one. Make something normal. And then they make Bart and Fink. And it's like, guys, come on, guys. We didn't raise you that weirdly. Like, what's going on? I like that. All right. I guess nothing else to say.
Yeah, I think we're done now. Now we're done.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. If you're curious, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. We have for $5 a month exclusive podcasts on there. Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Fox Mulder is a Maniac, the complete series, Star Trek The Next Futurama, and Spielboys, and our brand new podcast about Supernatural. It's called Him Booze. Brand new. So we got old stuff, we got new stuff, we got other tiers where you can get shout outs and podcasts, where you can watch movies with us every Friday night, all sorts of fun stuff. So check that out.
Yeah. We also have a store. Head over to gamefullyunemployed.com where you can find a link to our Teespring store, where we have all kinds of cool original artwork and designs by cool original artists like Michael Vincent Bramley, Starlene Hodge, Justin Brown, and others. So check that out. Please rate and review our podcast wherever you are listening. And check out our new show, Badical, Badical. That's all.
Yes. And I want a full show to explore the rich world of Bakersfield. New Middle Earth, Bakersfield.
Royal Crackers.
What?
Royal Crackers. I told you.
What is that?
It's an animated show on HBO, or at least it was. Who knows if it's still there.
Mm-hmm. I want the real thing, baby. Hey, listen, our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can find him on twitter.com as the Corlew, or go to shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our channel artwork is produced by Michael Vincent Bramley. For more of his work, go to mvbramley.art. Our episode artwork is by Justin Brown, available on Twitter as Justin T. Brown or at artnessbyjustinbrown.com. And finally, additional artwork is by Starlene Hodge. You can find her work at starlenearts.com or on Twitter as StarleneX. Cool. Goodbye.